Hello and welcome to the final game of the Rogue River season. The Rogue River, say that twice, Rogue River regular season. This is Team Delgado versus Team DeVlaminck. Team Delgado just got some good news earlier and I think they may have at the last second secured a playoff position. We'll hopefully get more details on that as the night moves along. In the meantime, we'll go through a bit of the roster. We're seeing a surprise return of Jason Felton for Team Delgado. He hasn't played much, if anything, this season. Hasn't really played regularly since middle of last season. So Jason Felton coming back, in his own words, fat and out of shape. But he's always a good player regardless of how he comes back. Just depends on how good he will be. So Jason Felton, a surprise return. We also have Dustin Hare, who was added at the point where they thought Jason Felton would not be returning for this team.
Thanks, Chris.
So other than that, we have the usual lineup for Team Delgado. That's Brian Bennett sending it up. Dustin Hare in the boards with the puck. And we're joined tonight by our second broadcaster, Chris Horsley, who has been out figuring out the lineup for this mystery Team DeVlaminck tonight, so he should have more to fill us in on.
That was Von Moonen passing that to Casey Failer. It looks like a save by Josh Santiago. This is Von's first season in Rogue River. He's skating with his father, Larry Moonen, who I think was a captain last season, right? Maybe? I don't know.
You know, I'm not sure he was in Rogue, but...
It wasn't long. Yeah, I drink pretty heavily these days.
Well, plus you have those painkillers for your leg.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah. So that's Chad Miller carrying it up, turning it on with a lot of speed there for Team Delgado. Cheryl Tatum pressuring him. Stefan Linz throws it out in front. And Jason Felton making his presence known right away, getting early action in front of the net. So the face-off down low in the Team DeVlaminck side.
It's going to be taken by Kevin Pelle, who wins it. Kind of. Back to Captain Pete. This has been a big change from last season. The lineup really changed for Team DeVlaminck because we only won one game. I got to skate with them, and it was not a lot of fun.
So is that your former team?
That is my former team. My brothers in white. Although, really, just Mark Morton, Cheryl Tatum, and Peter, the only ones, and Casey Failer are the only ones left from last season.
So roughly half the lineup is new for these guys. So who else do they have, Chris?
Well, Kevin Pelle's over there with the black shoulders. Matt Wilson is a huge addition. He usually skates for Oscar when he's not playing Thunder Bay. Big on defense. He's got a killer slap shot, really hard to stop. And Von Moonen, like I said, and you're going to expect a lot of offense from young Casey Failer with the red shoulders. He's fast. He was the star player last season for DeVlaminck, and I'm expecting to see a lot from him tonight.
Looks like we have an early penalty here for Team Delgado coming at 19 minutes, 18 seconds here in the first half. Chad Miller going into the box. Looks like it was from some action over in the corner. Did you get a better look at that, Chris?
It looked like an elbow to me, but I was being intoxicated by the sound of my own voice.
So what's new, right?
Yep, not much. Von Moonen just cutting through everybody.
Yep, nice high shot by Moonen. Something you definitely expect of a guy his age. You get a lot of speed, a lot of instant action from somebody like that.
John Negri did a great job of breaking up that centering pass by Larry Moonen there. Nice clear by Jim Wood. I understand that he was Joey considered him the MVP last season. He was a star defenseman.
Absolutely. Jim played a very, very solid game on D for Team Delgado. You know, he wasn't always a defenseman, if I remember right, but he's certainly worn a groove in that role for this team.
Tip it.
And a very, very mysterious tip in there from Von Moonen. Gets just enough of that. Looks like he caught Josh Santiago off guard. So the first goal in this game coming on the power play, 17 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the first half.
And assisted by his father. How poetic is that?
Well, I got to think that's what they're hoping for. And another quick goal. This time it's Team Delgado answering back right away. 17 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock.
That Mike Kurtow doesn't let grass grow under his feet, does he?
He sure doesn't, and he's a player who's gotten a lot better as the season has progressed. He's definitely working harder these last few games. And you know, something too that's changed on this Team Delgado, in this Team Delgado lineup, is as soon as they added Dustin Hare to their lineup, I think everybody got a little bit faster. And that's certainly shown in their win-loss record since they've added Dustin Hare.
Well, it's nice to see the game opening up like this. Oh, nice forecheck by Moonen. The failure all alone. Josh Santiago stopping that. Man, those kids are tenacious, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you have an age on him, on Failure?
I believe he's 16. He's the youngest of the three failures.
Okay.
The least violent, the one with the fewest penalty minutes. And he plays a forward instead of defense like his brothers traditionally do.
Okay.
But
and another goal. Looks like Von Moonen coming up with number 2 also.
Right up over the extended leg pad, Josh Santiago, who's playing pretty good this season, I hear.
He is. He had, you know, a bit of a slow start with Team Delgado when he first joined the team at least a season ago, but he's definitely come into his own in this league, and he's become a very solid goaltender in this league. But one thing I'm concerned about, Chris, and maybe you can shed some light on this. Oh, Delgado trying to carry it across the red line and makes it. Leaves it behind. Something I was concerned about is Santiago giving up 2 goals already in this game. How do you think that's going to wear on him?
I think if he can come up with 1 or 2 big saves, he can bounce back from a couple early goals. It's late goals in the first minute and the last minute are really the backbreakers. They really affect your team's momentum and your ability to stop shots as a goaltender because it's so psychological.
The first minute and the last minute. I don't think we've heard that on this program.
Yeah, because right out of the gates, if they score on their first shot or 2, you basically it's one of those, oh great, everything's going to go in, especially if they're bad bounces. And then the last minute, you're going into the break, and all you have time to do is think about your mistakes if they score in that last minute of play.
Oh, so you have extra time to dwell on it.
Yeah, and you don't have a shot or 2 that you block immediately to give you that confidence back. You're feeling a little bit loose.
Okay.
So I think this game's going to be in the favor of Santiago because he's going to be facing a lot of shots, judging by the amount of forechecking and low turnovers that are getting collected by Team Pete.
Okay, so Joey Delgado collides with Tatum. It's Mark Morton with the puck now for Team DeVlaminck. Captain Pete DeVlaminck trying to get it around Chad Miller. Miller with the steal, but Morton doesn't let him get very far with that. Jason Felton goes back to collect it. Doesn't skate with it for very long. Backs up his statement that he's out of shape.
Delgado looks like they're having a little bit of trouble getting a solid breakout out of the zone.
Well, it's nice that they have Jason Felton back, and I'm sure everybody's real appreciative of that fact. But a new player always disrupts any sort of momentum that you have going. It affects your ability to maybe make the same plays that you had gotten used to making with the team. It just changes the team dynamic, and they'll definitely have to get used to having Felton back again.
The forecheck is great. I know that's something that Joey stresses as a captain is a vicious forecheck because it generates a lot of turnovers, and we're seeing him getting a little bit of a taste of his own medicine.
I think so. Chad Miller working it in the boards. Takes a shot, but it's wide right.
Wilson's going to feed that up the boards to Casey Failer. He's got a little bit of daylight.
Von Moonen back in front of the net, hoping for something. Hoping to put in a hat trick already in the first half. That's a giveaway to Larry Moonen, but Delgado has it.
Nice kick out by Dusty Falk.
Quite a fight for possession.
Oh, she's, did you hear that?
Quite a fight for possession here. Chad Miller looking for the shot.
I was going to give a reason why the camera...
And Team White just clears the zone. They're not taking any chances here. Very much a struggle to get it out. Josh Santiago freezes that puck. So Team White's going to get a bit of a line change. I think something they were anxious to do. 11 minutes, 53 seconds on the clock. Morton on the draw against Miller. Tatum shot blocked by Jim Wood. Wood around Dustin Hare.
Nice 2-on-1. Oh.
Cheryl Tatum, right exactly where she needed to be.
That's veteran defense in action.
Absolutely. She's been around a long time, and you can definitely tell in her positioning. Morton back to Tatum. Sealed by Jim Wood. Over to John Negri. Negri gives it back. Tatum with the block in front of the net. Up and around the boards. Dustin Hare still trying to get the puck toward the net. Backhands it finally. Shot off the post. John Negri now looking for the backhand. Morton trying to clear it out. Tatum chasing it. Wood keeps it in. Dustin Hare gets the shot. Morton tries the other side. Same play, just trying to get it out. Michael Kurtow now with the backhand. And this time the goalie swallows it up.
Oh, looks like the momentum's shifting a little bit, or the ice is shifting, as they say.
I think it's definitely tilting one direction right now.
They were just chasing the puck out there just now.
They couldn't get it out. They tried several times to get the puck out. Team DeVlaminck just not having any luck. Jim Wood crossing the red line, sending it over the boards, chasing it himself. Another backhand attempt. Brian Bennett. Dustin Hare with the shot. Out back in front. Morton can't get anywhere with that one. He runs into Team Delgado. But he does get the steal. Around the boards to DeVlaminck. DeVlaminck up through the middle.
I thought they were finally going to get that zone totally clear, but
it did look like it was a strange play, though, because I think he had some opportunities to make a pass instead of that. But it always looks like that from up here, and it's a lot different than when you're down there getting a lot of pressure.
Turnover. Kevin Kelly leads that, and they still can't get out of the zone. Team
DeVlaminck in across the red line to Mark Morton for the shot. Back out to the point. DeVlaminck up the shins of Jason Felton. Felton to Delgado. Delgado's around Morton. Miller having to fight to hang on to that and isn't successful.
They have four-man deep. It looks like Pete's team's going to be content with just leaving two defensemen way back on the red line. And let those forwards really chase, which is working out pretty well for them because they're spending a lot of time down in that low down in the zone.
Back out.
Wilson to Failer to Wilson.
Matt Wilson trying the backhand attempt. Joey Delgado with the steal. Delgado up to Bennett. It's Bennett.
Noonan left that for Bennett. That's all right, though. That play's broken up by Mike, the referee.
I've seen a lot of that lately, the referee getting a piece of the puck. Wilson now taking it in. Takes a shot. It's off the glass.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more hard shots from Wilson out on the point.
Yeah, that is where he likes to take a shot, but he seems to be skating it in a little more this evening.
Well, he's awful deep right now. But besides, it is pretty weighted right now with everybody down deep on that near side. The strong side, we say.
The strong side.
The strong side.
Back out to Moonen. Bennett with the steal. Bennett in all alone on Wilson with the backhand up off the glass. Looked like Dustin got a piece of that. Delgado off the shin of Moonen. Moonen, fantastic block there. Von Moonen going in. Looks like he got that one on net, but just not enough energy to it. Delgado has it. He chips it up the boards. Stefan Linz. Delgado back with the puck. He throws it in front, right in front. Chad Miller just not there quickly enough.
It's kind of dangerous. Casey kind of tapped that back in.
Yeah, he did. Gave his goalie a heart attack, I bet. How does it feel when you're the goalie and that sort of situation happens to you?
Gives you a little bit of a heart attack. the Capitals Penguins game, Nicholas Backstrom hit a backhand in. Just that same way, except he scored. They lost the game.
Oh, they lost the game right on his play?
Yep, tie game. He gave Pittsburgh the game-winning goal, and that was it.
So even in the pros. Even in the pros.
And if it can happen at the pros, it can happen at Water City.
It can happen to the Joes, right?
That's right.
Michael Kurtow, his shot's high off the glass. Wilson tries to clear the zone, and he does.
Wow, look at Casey Failer all the way back to play that already, chasing that thing down.
Well, when you have that kind of speed at forward, you sometimes don't mind playing the dump and chase game. Although it does really make you work hard as a forward.
Uh-oh. Moonen in some trouble. Wilson bailed him out. Thought they're going to transition that pretty nicely, but Stefan Lenz got a nice turnover there.
Wilson again, same exact play, dumps it out. Clears the zone. Jim Wood first run back to that. So Jim Wood beats all the young guys to the puck back there.
Ooh, off the face.
I think so.
And he still keeps
and
control.
And he still hangs in there.
That's a pretty good shot. Dusty gave that right back to Jim Wood.
Yep, Wood was hoping to take advantage, it looked like, of the goalie out of position a little bit, but nothing doing. 4 minutes, 7 seconds on the clock. Team Delgado leading this one 2-1. Dustin Hare on the draw.
That was close. Got a lot of room there on that weak side.
Breakaway team DeVlaminck. Quick shot.
Kelly shoots wide.
Definitely, definitely. Santiago breathing a sigh of relief, I'm sure. Although that would have been an opportunity for him to make that really fantastic save you were talking about, maybe build his confidence back up a little bit. How do you think he's doing?
I think he's doing pretty. Oh! That was close. I think he's doing pretty good because most of the shots that he's seeing are going wide. They're weak shots. They're easy to save. So you keep that confidence up where you're seeing a lot of simple shots. If you can stop the easy ones, you can stop the hard ones.
Oh. So that shot's behind the net. Tatum working the boards.
A little of the physical over there.
She likes to play physical on the boards, taught by her husband Ron Hardy to really fight it out in the boards, and she's learned that one very well. DeVlaminck up through the middle, a little bit of miscommunication. Steal, Delgado.
Well, that rebound couldn't have been more perfectly placed. Look at that breakout. Oh, pass is a little ahead of Kevin Pelly. Great slot pass.
Yep, right through the middle. Mark Morton waiting for that one. Breakaway, Team Delgado. Dustin Hare gives it up. Cheryl Tatum has it. She's going to slow it down just a bit and dump it up the right side boards.
I think that's a wise play by Tatum. The Delgado's kind of playing a really fast run and gun, high-speed game, and by slowing that down a little bit and giving her team time to set up, they're able to play into the strengths of their point men.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't want to get carried away. Oh, and it's a shot and a goal. Jason Felton, he said he's out of shape. He said he's coming into this game heavy, but neither one of those things matter when you see the puck in the back of the net. 1 minute, 40 seconds on the clock. Team Delgado now leading 3-1.
Well, in the back, oh no, it's 2-2.
It's 2-2?
Yep. According to the scoreboard, I don't know what that means though.
I'm a little confused, but that's all right.
We've got professional officials here, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
You know, I believe that is the correct score because wasn't it
Von Moonen has 2 goals.
Von
already.
Moonen with 2 goals? Yep. I should trust the scorekeepers a little more and myself a little bit less.
Oh, Josh can't freeze
Right
that.
out in front.
Bad turnover. Oh, Vaughn almost got a goal there.
He's going for his hat trick.
First period hat trick. Check that off your bingo list.
I know, huh? That doesn't come along too often. Chad Miller in to help out. Keeps the puck in the zone.
Another blind clear off the boards, but now Wilson's able to get there.
Final few seconds winding down here in the first half. Looks like we might kill a lot of the clock here in the corner. 20 seconds to go. Everyone in to help out. Little shove there from Wilson. Got things going.
And that shot goes wide, and that will end it.
So the end of the first half, we are tied at 2 after a correction on the score. So going into the second half, same as the first, nobody with an advantage. We'll be back right after this. All right, and we're back here, ready to start the second half. Team Delgado facing Team DeVlaminck, final game of the regular Rogue River season. This is winter 2008, 2007, 2008. Both teams have 2 points tonight, so it's anybody's game. We'll see how the rest of this goes. Delgado with it out at the red line. Wilson hanging out behind the net, slowing things down quite a bit. Decides to take off.
Bad pass to Vaughn, but Larry Moonen's there, and he's got some room to skate.
Dustin Hare, he saw that one. That guy goes to the net like no other. He's always looking for that puck. Definitely thought he had an opportunity.
Well, when you see somebody like him coming down at you with speed, you panic.
Oh yeah, it works out well for him.
Yeah.
Fight back behind the net. Delgado comes out with it. Delgado looking to give Hare a breakaway. Hare doesn't quite get possession, however, and now he's back checking on Wilson.
Over by Bennett. Look how quick Pete's guys are to come back for the back check.
That was amazing. He was in alone on Moonen for just a second, and then Moonen gets help. You know, I think, what do you think? Von Moonen looks at his father, sizes him up, and says he needs my help.
No, he wouldn't do that. Kids don't do that.
No, not at all.
I think it's hey, you put me through school and fed me and clothed me. The least I can do is add a little bit of pressure to this forward.
Sure. So he's just being nice and friendly.
That's right. It's reciprocation.
Okay, sure. Tatum with the puck. A little bit of pressure, gives it over. Von Moonen dumping it in the corner.
Pass is broken up by Delgado. That pass is broken up by Delgado.
Not quite enough. Felton sends it up off the glass. Delgado now working it in front of his net. Sends a high pass through the middle, almost stopped by Tatum, and definitely at the end stopped by Tatum. She gets enough of that, sends it up and out. Felton with the steal. Morton comes away with it. Mark Morton in across the red line. Lots of pressure. Dustin Hare. You got to think maybe he was told to pressure Mark Morton. That's something you might hear on the bench. People known for maybe being a bit vulnerable back there. Perhaps Mark Morton playing defense. He used to play goalie for the longest time. Now he's become a solid defenseman in the Rogue River division.
He actually played a game at 7 o'clock in net. So that's another reason to give that a little bit of extra pressure on him is he's a little bit more tired. He's already played for an hour, and he's a little bit stiff and sore because he had an hour off.
Very, very good point. And nice timing for the wipeout. He must have known we were discussing him.
Speaking of being tired.
He just had to put an exclamation point on that.
Looks like roughing.
So Michael Kurtow going in the box for Team Delgado. Just over 20 minutes on the clock here in the second half. So Team DeVlaminck is going to have a 2-minute power play. This gives them a chance to get back in the lead.
They're 0 for 1 on the power play this evening. Doesn't mean much. They're coming in ranked 4th in the league for power play, whereas Team Delgado is 3rd for penalty kills.
You've been doing your homework.
I study the internet a lot. I don't waste time playing hockey. I can read about it.
When you can read about it, sure. Well, I'm sure reading about it wouldn't put you in the knee brace that you're in right now.
That's true. I'd have paper cuts.
Paper cuts and carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
Those dangerous hockey injuries.
Wilson is all alone. They're not giving him any pressure. Instead, choosing the 3-man triangle kill.
Mark Morton. The steal there by Stefan Linz. Linz fighting the rolling puck. Most guys in his position will clear it out, and he does.
I really like to see a player hold on to the puck a little bit during the penalty kill if they have a little bit of time, because you can really eat some time off the clock that way.
Yep, and it's a very, very smart play, but not a lot of people take advantage of that. There's a great sense, I think, by most people to just dump it. A good panic play. Shot at the point. That's the Matt Wilson shot you wanted. Back at the red line.
Kind of wide, but when Gordie Howe used to play on the same line with Ted Lindsay, oh, that was close. They used to intentionally shoot the puck wide, and the other one would hit in the rebound when the goalie was distracted. But you have to shoot on one side of the net and have it rebound out the other. Shredded in that doesn't really work very well.
Team DeVlaminck gains possession.
Kurtow's out of the box. We got full strength.
Full strength, so now they're 0-2. Moonen in the middle to Moonen.
Moonen to the boards.
I think we could call this game this entire game by just using the name Moonin.
Well, I'd like that. You can't forget any names.
Exactly. It really makes my job a lot easier.
Casey Baylor's doing some nifty stick handling. Shot goes wide.
Moonin with the puck in the corner. Looking around. Looking for Moonin. Instead, Team Red with the steal. Tatum keeps it in. Baylor has it at the red line. Oh, and Wilson gets behind Hare.
Nice move with the fake shot.
Delgado over to Hare. Hare with the shot.
Trying the changeup.
Yep, so Dusty on Dusty, and the goalie comes out the victor. Puck's in the boards, back out to Felton. Felton over to Bennett. Delgado, or Felton, again with the puck. This time Tatum has it. She gets it in across the red line. Tatum looking in the corner, finds Baylor. Felton with the steal. That's just purely a physical play. Felton using his size to his advantage. Out to Delgado. Felton and Delgado had built some chemistry up when they played together. It's been a long time though. Things appear to be a bit rusty.
Ooh, here's a dangerous 2-on-1. Never mind.
And just like that, it's not.
Oh, this puck is really lively tonight. Nice shot.
Nice shot. Dustin Hare. This time he comes out the victor in the battle of the Dusties.
So Dusty and Moonin we could probably get away with.
We could actually. Got a pair of each.
Looks like Delgado's going to lead for the first time this evening.
And they are. Just over 15 minutes to go here in the second half.
Does this game have playoff implications for either team?
Well, we hear it doesn't for Team Delgado. We hear that they've made the playoffs. Don't have official confirmation on that, but in the earlier game tonight, Team Chavez lost, and Team Chavez was the closest team to Team Delgado, so their loss really puts Team Delgado in a good position, if not already in a playoff position. But I'm not sure what this does for Team DeVlaminck tonight. Cheryl Tatum in the net.
But that's not going to count.
Nope.
So that's no goal. That'll come out. Dusty had it in his glove. I think it's like a half a goal, right?
When Cheryl's in the net.
Yeah. You get their defenseman in the net.
Looks like she was having a few words with Stefan Linz after the whistle on that play.
Yeah, she was looking for a call earlier in the first when she and Joey collided. So maybe this could just be a game where there's a little bit. There is definitely some physicality going on in the boards. So we'll see if that escalates as the minutes wane.
You're a poet.
Thank you. I studied. I was reading the inside of a Sobe cap earlier today.
And that's where you found the word wane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you confidently used that word correctly.
Thank you.
Nice post action there.
That's going to be a fan on the shot by Kevin Pelly.
Wilson, all of a sudden, coming through with a lot of speed. Stefan Linz looking to give Negri a breakaway, but Negri couldn't get to it in time. Stefan Linz with the steal. Back to Morton. Jim Wood in to help out.
Centering pass by Pelly, but there's nobody there.
Kurtow kicked it with his foot. He just might be the best footman on Team Delgado. What do you think? You got Jason Felton to contend with.
It's definitely Pele-esque. He seems to take that kicking in stride, whereas Felton, there's a concerted effort to make sure that he hits it.
So one is a little more effortless than the other.
Fluid and graceful, one might say.
A little bit
of the body.
And that would be the opposite of fluid and graceful.
Now we got a delayed call. Failer fought his way up through the boards and kept on fighting, and looks like he drew the penalty on Lenz.
Looks like it. Stefan Lenz, no stranger to the penalty box. You see how tall he is. He has an equally tall stick and often gets called for physical plays in this game.
Well, there is the possibility that he didn't see Failer. He's got like 4 feet on him.
Well, there is that definite possibility.
As a little guy, that sort of thing does happen on occasion.
Of course, you know, we aren't omitting the fact that he could just be a goon.
That is true. That is another viable option.
He doesn't have to get the benefit of the doubt here. Back out, Wilson playing with it at the red line, trying to set something up. The quarterback here on the power play. He has to go back and clean it up. Slap shot from the red line. Delgado with the block.
You know, that was a lot of passing, but they weren't getting the goalie out of position or anyone to move. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to keep that up. It's almost like they're trying to kill time too.
Yeah, it really has that sense, doesn't it, right now?
It's almost like they're just waiting for the game to end.
Josh Santiago covers it up. Well, with 10.5 minutes left on the scoreboard, they're only down by 1. Maybe they feel like this game is still definitely theirs for the taking whenever they want it.
Yeah, just wait. Maybe they're biding their time waiting to pounce, but power play is the perfect time to pounce.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Encourage the other team to play fair.
So they could be playing hockey's version of the rope-a-dope?
That's right. Maybe.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, looks like Delgado's going to kill their 3rd penalty in a row. Dusty way out and knocks that wide. Delgado's looking like they really want the shorthanded goal.
Yep, all of a sudden, everyone seems to be awake. Moonin back to give Delgado pressure. Delgado passes it to himself up the boards, but doesn't get there first.
Lenz is out. 4-on-4 hockey. That's 0 for 3 on the power play.
Team Delgado successfully killed another one. Tatum with the puck. Failer in the boards, fighting it out with Dustin Hare. Hare turns back around. Failer now. Hearing a common cry from Cheryl Tatum, regularly heard to say, "Use me" back there on defense, and this time he does. It definitely helps them get it up across the red line.
We've got Larry Moonin all alone, but they're not really using their points that much.
No, they don't appear to be, and that could be another reason why you have Cheryl Tatum calling out, "Use me," feeling a bit neglected back there on the point.
That seems to be, another goal. Dusty Hare.
Dustin Hare. So in the battle of the Dusties, he's 2-1 tonight?
And that was an assist by Jason Felton. Nice assist too.
So Jason Felton, at least 2 points on the scoreboard. He's definitely letting everybody know he's back and ready to play. 8 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Team Delgado now up 4-2.
If this is indeed a rope-a-dope, now would definitely be the time to pounce.
Now would be the time, unless you want to make an even more dramatic comeback, but I would say the clock is definitely working against them right now.
8 minutes, that's 4 minutes a goal. That's plenty of time.
Yeah, I think that's suitable. Bennett across to Wood.
Wood's a good contrast to Wilson. Both are incredibly strong defensive players, known for having a powerful slap shot out from the point. Both can take control of a game if they're really trying.
Yep. And both do love to take that slap shot. You're right about that. You know, if Brian Bennett had been born into the right side of the family, we'd have another another pair because Jim Wood and Brian Bennett are related. However, they do have different last names, so we're not able to say Wood and Wood.
Well, he could always marry Christina, though.
I think that's kind of against nature.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard something about that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Michael Kurtow looking for number 2 for him tonight, but Dustin definitely on his game.
That could have been a really bad bounce the way that came up off that stick. Nice fielding by Kurtow there. Way to catch that.
Jim Wood. Cheryl Tatum helps out on that steal. And that shot's up over the net. Deflected up. Morton trying to work it in front.
Oh, the turnover is going to come off Kelly. Bennett around Tatum with a nice move between the legs. Great pass for Dusty, but he just couldn't complete that.
Those two have been an excellent line here for Team Delgado. Both of them have speed, and they really seem to know where the other one is.
That just bounced off the skate. Oh, that was so close.
He gets his own rebound. Bennett backhands it. Dustin Hare, another shot. That's 4 immediate shots there. Kurtow now in deep. Leaves it behind for Bennett. Bennett can't get it past Wilson. Tatum now with the puck.
Delgado showing that aggressive forecheck that we saw from Team DeVlaminck earlier in the game.
Shot and a block by Delgado. Another block by Delgado. Morton drops his glove. Delgado looking to just clear it. It's back up. Morton still hasn't picked up his glove, but he's still fighting as hard as ever. Delgado crosses the red line. Right in front. Backhands it to Negri. Just missed it.
Pace has
Back
really
to
picked up
Felton.
these last couple seconds, minutes.
Absolutely. This game has really taken on a different tempo.
Out. Up and out on a Moonin play.
Moon in to moon in. Do we have to drink every time you say them both in the same sentence?
I think so. Probably get good money for this DVD.
I think so.
Casey Failer is so strong the way he won that and held a couple people off it to maintain possession of the puck there.
And he wasn't the biggest guy in that fight either.
Nice move. Another shot wide. He keeps trying for that stick side, but he's throwing it about a foot wide. Moonin tries to break smooth. That didn't pan out.
Moonin still trying to get through. This time Failer has it. Team Delgado very intense on keeping this lead they have. They've been nothing but pressure right now. Wilson back behind the net. Just over 3 minutes to go. Wilson now racing for the red line. Takes a shot. Failer was crashing the net but couldn't quite get there in time.
That was an easier shot. I think he was looking for a tip on that.
I think so. He definitely held off on his slap shot. Delgado makes it move. Not too concerned about getting a shot off, it looks like.
I think they're content to, they're keeping 2 men back at the red line. I think they're content to hold on to this lead.
Yep, I definitely agree with you on that one. Linz, though, with the steal.
Unable to make that around Linz. Wilson, who's looking for a call, slow to get up.
It's okay, though. He's a tough guy.
He can handle his own. Moonin trying to pressure Jim Wood into coughing it up. Wood out to Linz. Linz looking for the slap shot. Pulls back. Failer now. Turning on the speed. He definitely recognizes that clock. Failer. Can't quite get through on his own. He ran into, I think, 3 members of Team Delgado.
Another delay. Another penalty. Looks like another penalty by Stefan right around Casey Failer.
I don't know. He's really trying to reinforce our goon theory.
Yeah, because he obviously saw him that time.
Yep, I think Stefan Linz might be a little different than we thought he was.
All right, if you're Team DeVlaminck, do you pull your goalie? You've got a one-man advantage already. Minute 40 left in the game. You're down by 2.
I would. I mean, at this point, you're losing the game, and you can't afford to wait until the final minutes because you need 2 goals. So I would, but they're not.
They're just playing safe passes up the boards.
So perhaps they're secure in their playoff position, and we just don't have that information.
They just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Tatum all alone.
Tatum looking for Morton. Saw that one coming. Morton with the shot. It's on net, but Josh Santiago swallowed it up just as the clock stops. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, Santiago solidified his play. They got those 2 early goals, and that's it. He shut the door, and
He did, and that definitely shows his maturity because when he first started out with this team, I don't know that he would have been able to come back from that.
First time with a little bit of a breakaway. Broken up by Vaughn.
DeVlaminck. Over to the corner. Vaughn picks it up. Vaughn Moonin in across the red line. Moonin with the shot. DeVlaminck stops it along the boards, and that's out. Tatum, can she stop the bouncing puck? No.
Got an open net. I don't know if Chad knew that. He just tossed it into the boards.
So at what point did they pull their goalie? It was way behind the play here.
Yeah, about 45 seconds left in the game. Big save by Santiago.
That got to the point. There's his slap shot. But it's too little, too late. Team DeVlaminck loses this one. It's a 4-2 game. Team Delgado definitely came from behind in this one. It secured their playoff position, I believe.
I think they clinched it's not determined yet. I think the outcome of this game will get everything all figured out. Teams 1 and 2 are a tie between Walt and Mitch.
So still, this has been a very interesting season. Usually you have the playoff positions decided a little bit earlier on in the season, but these teams are really duking it out. A lot of even teams.
There's also a huge strata between the top 4 teams and the bottom 4 teams. It's almost like there's an A and a B level.
That happens. Definitely happens. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment to give you our 3 stars. End of the game here. Final score, Team Delgado 4, Team DeVlaminck 2. And you're on.
I just kicked something. All right, top 3 stars of the game. I say number 3, Josh Santiago. He started out a little bit weak with those 2 early goals, but he sealed his game up really great, and there were a lot of shots. There was a lot of pressure in his zone. He maintained his composure and stayed solid and allowed Delgado to get the win. Number 2, Casey Failer. Kid was all over the place. I think he gave a lot of pressure, and he really changed the flow of the game. If he hadn't been out there, then I think the outcome would have been much more in the favor of Team Delgado. And my number 1 star of the game would be Von Moonen. He had 2 goals. It looked like he was going to have 3, 4, and 5. He was right there. Santiago stopped him, and I think that he really could have been the difference between a loss and a win.
So if you had a 4-star, would it go to Larry Moonen for giving birth to Vaughn?
Yeah, 4th star Larry Moonen, giving birth to Vaughn. 5th star Mrs. Moonen, because she wasn't here tonight, yet contributed to the Vaughn-dom. Yeah.
All right, my number 3 star for the game is the returning Jason Felton. Definitely Team Delgado felt the loss of Jason Felton throughout the season, and to have him back in the final game meant a lot, and he contributed at least 2 points, a goal and an assist tonight. So Jason Felton, my number 3 star. Von Moonen gets my number 2 star tonight. I suppose you could share that with Larry Moonen for the whole birth issue we were just discussing, but Von Moonen scored twice for his team. He's the only one to score for Team DeVlaminck tonight. Came out with a lot of speed and really did a job on Team Delgado for quite a while there. And my number 1 star has to go to the winning team tonight. Team Delgado, led in the goal category by Dusty. And Dusty definitely comes out with 2 goals. That's Dusty Hare, not to be confused with the other Dusty on the other team. So definitely Dusty Hare coming in with 2 goals for the victor tonight, Team Delgado. So that's my 3 stars. And we'll see you back here hopefully next week.